any form of art, we have to appreciate the meaning and the amount of dedication that is put in. After joining the Indian Classical Dance Kuchipudi, I learned to appreciate the beauty, meaning, and hard work of dance.
I learned a different form of Indian classical dance when I was younger. And like our next speaker, I practiced the same style, and my mother was one of my teachers. Here to share her tremendous passion for dance and how she uses its meaning to help our community, please welcome freshman Arya Pratap.
The late night vibrant rhythms, early morning stretches, and of course, sore legs and arms. I've been dancing for as long as I can remember, and one thing that I know for sure is that I will never stop dancing as I go through life. Dance is my element, and I love everything about it. For me, dance is my go-to stress reliever, my endless happiness, and my forever soulmate. Dancing allows me to merge into a world of magical stories, characters, and emotions that can only be discovered in the midst of dancing. I am a Bharatanatyam dancer. How many of you have heard of the word Bharatanatyam before? Okay, anyway, Bharatanatyam is a 2,000-year-old ancient South Indian classical dance form which originated in Tamil Nadu, a southern state of India, and it is one of the 9 beautiful Indian classical dance forms of India. Growing up in a family with a deep value for art and having my very own mom as my dance teacher, and my older sister a dancer as well, my love for dance has just grown stronger and stronger over the course of the years. Dance has taught me numerous precious values, including discipline, dedication, hard work, teamwork, compassion, and these are just some out of the many values that have shaped me into who I am today. For many generations, classical Indian dance forms have been used to portray ancient scriptures and myths passed on from generation to generation about Hindu gods, goddesses, kings, queens, demons, and practically about anything that you can think of. And thus, they're all known as sacred dance forms. Depicting these sacred stories in the form of dance has always excited me. Dance has brought me closer to my heritage in ways that wouldn't have been possible otherwise. And I've learned a countless number of myths that have taught me innumerable values and lessons. Before going any further, let's zoom back a few years. Many years, actually. From the age of 3, as soon as I heard dance rhythms playing downstairs during early morning weekends, I would immediately wake up and run down to watch my mom choreographing. I would be amazed to watch her intricate footwork, graceful postures, and wide range of facial expressions, also known as abhinaya, which constitutes of emotions anywhere from extreme anger to bliss, sorrow to compassion, longing, and so much more. I would even try to replicate her moves, but let's be real, I wasn't even close to being successful. As a dancer then, I loved getting ready, wearing gorgeous, beautiful, fancy dance attire, makeup for performances, performing in front of hundreds of people, and of course, having the spotlight all on me. I really enjoyed that part. Don't get me wrong, that wasn't the only thing I liked about dance as a dancer then, but at times, that's what really got me going. But as I grew, I started to see the world in a different light and notice more of the problems that our world constantly endures. Our world is filled with hate, competitiveness, and inhumane brutalities. We lack love, hope, peace, and unity. I felt powerless and hopeless in situations as I wasn't able to do anything about it. I knew that for a fact that I couldn't simply sit back and watch as all these problems pile up on top of each other. But I also knew that I couldn't change the world in a second. But I knew that I could take small, significant steps to ensure that I make an impact in my community. I love dance, but I also really wanted to step up and take action. I decided that I was going to combine 2 passions. I was going to use my passion for dance to create a spotlight on issues that I was passionate on addressing. So around that time in 8th grade, I joined a nonprofit organization called Voice of a Child, a group dedicated to fighting for human rights and education in my motherland, Kerala, India. I wanted to contribute to this organization since I felt so strongly about addressing the needs of child education, human trafficking, and poverty, as it was so difficult for me to accept that Kids my age on the other side of the world were enduring such hardships. I was part of a youth team that organized a fundraiser dance show with 11 Indian classical dance schools from across the Bay Area. With months and months of hard work and putting our talents into use, we helped Voice of a Child raise almost $10,000. This opportunity broadened my perspective of our world and myself. It showed me the impact of talents and passionate things. I know that we all have incredible talents, but when we use those for more than just entertainment and self-satisfaction, and we use it to give back to our community, it can have a tremendous impact. I knew that that fundraiser created a future for hundreds of kids, and I am so grateful. But I still felt like their stories weren't being heard extensively enough, and that their voices were still somehow hidden in the dark. I decided to take us up further this time. I thought that if I portrayed the stories of what these children were enduring in the form of dance, then I could be the voice of these children. So, I decided to step outside of my comfort zone and take on a novel approach to this divine dance form. If this dance form is powerful enough to have made strong connections with people for thousands and thousands of years, I knew that it would make an even stronger connection if I used it to portray stories of the 21st century and the issues that we are currently facing. So, on September 16th, 2017, I had my Arya Trim. For those of you that don't know what an Arya Trim is a 2.5-hour solo recital that a Bharatanatyam dancer completes after years of intense training, and it's a major milestone in a dancer's career. I knew that out of the 9 dances I was going to perform that day, one of them had to leave the audience thinking. I decided that I was going to perform a dance called Vaishnava Janato. This was going to be the dance where I used this ancient divine dance form to portray stories of the 21st century. I knew that trying out my first 21st century incorporated stories dance in something as traditional as an Arya Trim was going to be challenging. But it excited me so much. And especially with an audience of more than 700, I knew that it was a perfect platform for me to get my message across and be the voice for the people across the world who are facing the challenges that I was later going to portray that evening. The reason why I chose the song Vaishnava Janato was because the lyrics portray exactly what our world is enduring. I depicted the point of view of a man called a Vaishnav, who does not see gender, race, skin color, ethnicity, age, economic status, or religious beliefs as a barrier to equality. I depicted the point of view of a homeless man, a poor child, an evil person unwilling to help others out due to greediness, war, discrimination, and more. I tried my best to incorporate the message of everything that seems to be different between us is actually the same. Just think about it. There are many religions, but all religions believe in an eternal power. There are many languages, but all languages are for communication. There are so many insanely fascinating cultures, but that is exactly what makes our world so beautiful and diverse. I thought that portraying this message in the form of dance will be a unique approach on voicing my opinions. I knew that when the audience saw stories as horrendous as war and gun violence depicted in front of them visually, it will leave a pretty realistic impact. And so, I was right. The feedback I got from the audience was beautiful. People told me that they were inspired and wanted to take action. The feedback generated a whole plethora of emotions that made me happy in an inexplicable manner. I knew that if one 5-minute dance can make such a tremendous impact on someone, then there is so much more I can do. There is so much more we can do with our talents and things that we're passionate about. And that motivated me to continue taking on different approaches to this beautiful 2,000-year-old dance form. And at that time, I knew that that was the start of a whole new dance story for me. Now I'll be showing you a short clip of the dance that I performed that evening.
परदुखे उपकार करे कोई परदुखे उपकार करे पट रखते जय काम क्रोध नीवा वैष्णव जन को देने कहिए जी भीड़ पराई जाने रे वैष्णव जन को देने कहिए परदूत।
You all have your own unique, beautiful talents and things that you're passionate about. You all have voices that are waiting to be heard. Our world is enduring numerous problems right now, and time is ticking away fast. It's been long enough since we've been silently sitting down, watching these problems pile up, leading to our society and many parts of the world crumble down. Silence and inaction are the deadliest weapons alive. If we don't do anything now, hate, gun violence, civil unrest, and all the problems in our world will continue to occur. Know that you can't change the world in a second, but you all have your own unique, beautiful talents. Use it for more than just entertainment and self-satisfaction. Use it to give back to your community. Use it to spread messages of awareness of issues that you're passionate about addressing, and the views of those around you will positively change as well. Know that any action, no matter how small or big, can be life-changing to another. Even changing the life of one person is a whole new future for them. And that is exactly what years of being a dancer has taught me. So, I am going to continue dancing through life for as long as I can imagine. And together, we can rekindle diminished lights for the people out there in the world that need a voice by using our talents to reinstill love, hope, peace, and unity. The future is not a utopian world that we can foresee, but it is most definitely a world that we, as one, can create. Thank you.